Yo, it's your girl DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and you tune into U3 Underground, Unsigned, and Unknown. And we have a special guest in the building, Miss Jaz Prezley, all the way from ATL. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. You are a actress and a model. What came first, modeling or being an actress?
Modeling came first. I started when I was like 4 doing
Oh,
modeling. And then I gradually got into acting about when I was in my 20s. I just was like, let me try this acting thing. And I grew to love it.
what sparked your interest in modeling, especially at a young age?
Always wanted to be in the spotlight. To be honest, I always wanted to be in the spotlight. I just love runway, love clothes, just walking in front of people, and all eyes on me. So
Are there any models that you look up to, or any new school models, I should say? Because I know there's a lot of models that's been in the game for a minute.
new school, no, more so old school, like Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, all them. So I grew up watching them. And I
Okay.
grew to love it from them.
What are your? I don't know if you heard, but I know Tyra Banks has been getting a lot of flack with the
I heard
America's Next Top Model, and they only getting paid $40 a day.
$40 a day basically just to eat. Yeah, I heard about that. I could never try out for that because I was too short. I'm only 5'2". So Eva was the shortest one on there, and she was 5'7". So 5'2", they wouldn't even look in my way.
But if you were tall enough, would you do it?
Yeah, almost definitely I would have tried out. Yep. Most definitely I would have tried out and learned when I got on the show like $40. So yeah.
But that's a good experience, right? I
Oh
guess they
yeah.
learned a lesson. I'm
And a
assuming
lot of exposure too.
that is you a lot of exposure. Um, So now you said in your 20s, that's when you decided to get into acting. What sparked that entrance?
Just I don't know, just I was just laying on the couch, just watching TV. I don't know, I was just like, acting don't seem too bad. It just kind of just something that just randomly clicked in my head. And I just started then. I started back in 2015. And my first project was a nationwide commercial for Columbia St. Mary's Hospital, which is back at home in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I'm from. So, and that got, they started airing that during the Super Bowl of that year. So that was like my first commercial. And then I went on, I started doing extra work. So I did Empire, Chicago Med, and Chicago Fire over in Chicago. So then I started doing that, and then I started linking with other local people in Milwaukee, directors and stuff like that. So then that's how I started getting like my short films, my feature films. I won like 5 awards for like 2 different short films, audience choice, best actor, things like that. So that's how I started.
Okay, congratulations on your awards.
Thank you.
I'm right now watching Chicago Med. I'm in this season 4,
Hmm.
so because I just started. I didn't know about it, so my coworkers told me about it, so I just started watching
You're
season
addicted
4.
to it now?
I'm trying to catch up on it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I haven't seen Chicago Fire, but I figured they mix and mingle when I saw one of the episodes on Chicago Med. So now I got to
Hmm.
go watch Chicago Fire so I can
Yeah,
be like,
they
what?
have their times when they like intertwine. Hmm.
It do.
Yeah.
But congratulations on your awards. Now, do you feel like acting and modeling go hand in hand, or do you feel like it's very different? And what do you feel like is you got to put more work into?
To me, you have to put more work into acting because you gotta sell it. You have to bring the audience in to believe that you are that character. Like they're not watching you, they're watching somebody else. You know how those people that's like, for instance, my favorite actress is Angela Bassett.
Yes.
Everybody knows her from What's Love Got to Do with It. Like some people really thought she was Tina Turner. So it's like
Yes.
you have to sell it. I think that's more harder than selling the clothes, walking the runway to for people to purchase these clothing items. So most definitely acting. You have to become that character. You have to create that character. Like when you get that script, you got to be like, okay, this is what they want from me, and I got to bring it. I got to bring my A game.
Do you still model to this day?
I haven't done runway. I think the last runway show I did was maybe 2 years ago. I want to say. There's a lady I know back at home named Stacy. Her clothing line is called Built by Stacy, and she did Chicago Fashion Week. And I was in town that day, and she asked me if I can come and model a dress for her. I'm like, sure, why not? Because I've modeled for her before. So I think it was like 2 years ago the last time I did runway.
Now with modeling, is it true that you have to be on a strict diet, or is that just something that people
I
say?
think that was in the past, like
Okay.
a long time ago when you had to be practically like a size zero. But like the game has changed. There's plus size models, there's curvy models. Like people want to see people that looks like them, not
Yes.
someone that's a size zero, but I'm a size 12. Like, so you just don't make clothes for me. So like the game has completely changed. There's all shapes and sizes, even with height too.
Yes.
Like I said back then, they would have never looked my way. Like 5'2", oh God, no. Because they typically make clothes for taller women that can walk in these long gowns and stuff. It's just
Yes.
you have to learn how to walk. If you know how to walk and if you know how to kick that dress while you're walking, you will not trip. Because there's been times where they put me in long dresses that was like way longer, but I know how to walk. So I know it's all about the movement in the legs and you kicking that dress and you moving that dress with you so you don't fall.
I probably would have fell, knowing me. I'm trying how to model. I'm still trying to learn how to walk in heels. So that's
Really, I
where I'm at.
love heels. Like they
I
starting
love
to
wearing
see my
them. I just
feet
don't know how
now.
to walk in them.
Oh, it's like I can sit down and be cute in them all day. Just don't tell me get up.
Exactly. Now, I think it was on either Instagram or TikTok. I saw a video, the life of a model, and she was showing how it was a black model,
Mhm.
African American. She was showing how she had trouble with the makeup and the hair because a lot of makeup artists do not know how to do darker skin complected or African American makeup or hair in general. Have you ever ran into that problem?
No, what I ran is they had to use two different foundations for my skin because it's like you're not super light bright and you're not dark. You're in the middle. So they had to
Yeah.
learn my skin like, okay, I'm gonna have to blend two foundations together in order to match your skin. Because you don't want to be too light, you don't want to be too dark because them cameras catch everything and then you looking crazy,
Oh
like, oh
yeah,
my
that
God.
flash make you like you dead. You don't want to look like a dead
Like it
all the white right here.
right, like you can totally tell like the difference, like yeah, no, no. So they learned my skin, so I haven't had any bad experience. Cause I will be like, can you fix this a little bit, politely, like, can you fix, like, girl, look a
Yeah.
hot mess, like,
What about the hair? The same? They know how to do
no
your
issues
hair?
with my hair, no, thank God, I've never ran into
That's
any of
good.
that, no issues, no bad blood, no, yeah, everybody was good.
Have you worn anything that you thought looked crazy, but you like, or that was just out the box? Not necessarily crazy, but just out the box, but you knew someone likes it. Like somebody likes it, but not me.
Probably. Yeah, it's this one outfit, but it's so pretty, but it's a straight runway outfit. Like I really couldn't see nobody wearing it. It was like it was shiny, kind of made like the Tin Man, very very fitting, and it had the hood to it, and you will wear a waist
um,
belt to it. It's very pretty, but it's not something you would see somebody out at the club. Like it'd be like that's a runway outfit. Some outfits you just be like that's a runway outfit. That's not a club outfit. Like,
that's
but it's
funny.
really pretty. But to me, it's just a straight runway outfit.
Do you have any outfits that you modeled that you get to keep?
Some
Or that
women
you,
did let me keep the outfits. I have 3 dresses that I was able to keep
do you
without.
wear them or do you just keep them like in a safe place and it's like
I
this is
just
gonna be like
I
my
just keep
little,
them in my. just keep in my closet. One dress I did wear for a photo shoot, I did, but have I worn them out? No. I just kind of keep them, like keepsake.
Do you prefer modeling on the one way or taking still pictures?
Runway. I love runway.
Really?
I just like to be the center of attention. Maybe it's the Leo in me.
Okay. I feel like the still pictures is in your face. So if you make the wrong face, it's like, okay, they're gonna capture
Yeah,
that.
just like headshots. I always tell the photographer, like, I know you need headshots. You have to have them, but I don't like taking them. It's like face forward. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Like,
just
put
right
me on
there.
runway. Or let me do the angles. Let me do the selfies. Can the selfies be my headshot? Because we know our angles. So
Exactly.
and the lighting. So I mean, but it is what it is. But I love runway. I
Do
do.
you feel like since you are a model, your fashion has changed from like being a model than like your everyday outfits? Do you feel like
Yeah,
you catch
because
yourself wearing something different?
I'm straight. I'm like I call myself bougetto because I could be bougie and get one to say six, but I love my leggings and my sweats
Okay.
all day. Just put me in that, like the gowns and stuff. Yeah, when it's time, but put me in my leggings and my sweats. I don't like wearing jeans. They're so uncomfortable. Leggings and sweats all day.
Now, as an actress, are there any types of roles that you will not take? Or are you up to taking anything? You want to push the envelope?
Push the envelope. I'm pretty much open to whatever, honestly. Like I don't see myself turning down too much any role. I'm like open, pushing myself. The only role that I'm scared of taking is like um water, large bodies of water, like
That makes
ocean,
sense.
because the ocean scares me. The ocean is beautiful, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but not knowing what's underneath there and then just having to be in a large body water for numbers of hours will like have my anxiety going. I wouldn't turn it down though, but I'd be like, "Whoo, child, I need a
I can
Xanax
see
or
that. Yeah.
something
Yeah. I don't know if I do water either.
chilly."
Other people can keep the water scenes. I stay on land.
Yeah, like I do it, but I'd be like, "Whew, Lord have mercy." Like, come on, you just gotta push through it, gotta push through it. But yeah,
Now,
but
since you named a couple films and movies that you've done and series, how was it working on the sets with those people, especially with Chicago Med and Chicago Fire? How was it? And did you get scared with anything with the medical stuff, fake blood, all that? Nothing.
no, that what's so funny? I originally went to college. I wanted to be a homicide detective, like blood and like dead bodies and gunshot wounds. That stuff it just don't bother me. Like I'm not phased by it. But I learned that I had to be a street cop before I can become a homicide detective. And I was like, negative. I ain't chasing nobody. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Like they'd be like, he running. I'd be like, well, hell, he done got away then. Cause what you want me to do? Like, I'm in full fledged gear. Like, where am I go? Like, so I was like, no. So I switched over to criminal paralegal. I said,
Okay.
well, I'll still stay in the criminal field. I didn't finish college though. I got like a year left. Um, but no, it didn't bother me. That was Chicago Med and Chicago Fire was cool. Chicago Fire, I was at the Alderman's party. So whenever you get to that one, it's so funny because they like right there in my face and then they zoom out. And when you see me, I got like this big Kool-Aid smile on my face only because I was laughing so hard. Because the guy next to me, do you know what pantomiming is?
Yeah.
So he was pantomiming so hard. I had tears in my eyes because I'm like, why is he doing this so hard? And so when they zoomed in, it's just like I just got this big old smile because I couldn't control myself because he was just gone with it. So yeah, but those were cool. Empire was long shoot hours, long, like 18-hour shoots.
Did
Jesus.
you get to meet Taraji and all them on
Yeah,
Empire?
so for the The second time I went on Empire, I was the features assistant. So that was a small setting. So I'm like well off into that scene. And in that scene, it was Taraji and Jesse in that scene. And we was actually inside of Empire. So it was like we were coming from outside into the record label and they was meeting her for the first time and we went in the that big meeting room they were always
Yeah.
going to. So I did that scene. And that scene was like 7 hours for a 2 minute scene. And it
That's what a
was
lot of people don't realize how long it
they
takes to shoot
don't.
one scene when it comes to movie series, anything. Like,
Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. I be like, you know your start time, but you will never know your end time. You literally can be on set for like 18 hours. And then you see your scene and it be like all of 2 minutes. And you be like, wait.
all this
all,
all the good stuff,
all
all
day.
my good sides.
Right. So yeah, that's why I tell people like if you want to do this, you have to have really thick skin. You have to have a lot of patience. You have to be able to accept the no's. There will be way more no's than there will be yes. So it's not an easy road.
It's
To say
not.
the least.
Would you be, I know you said you're willing to take any roles, so you be willing to take a series role? Would you be like a regular on a series? Is there any
Yeah,
series
that
that
is
you
the
watch now
goal.
that you say I want to be on?
That you said what?
Are there any series that you watch now that you think in your head I could be on that or I want to be on that?
Hell, damn near all of them. To be honest, like I love Power. Like I love
Okay,
Power. The BMF story I think is dope.
I like that too.
Tommy, my best friend from Power. Tommy, that's my best friend. He don't know it. That's my best friend. So like we can roll,
Is he supposed to be coming out with it? I think he's coming out with his own series.
Yep. So I think probably after this one, then they will go to Tommy's story.
Okay. Hit him up. If you watching this, I know you probably not. Let her be on
You
there. Let her be.
never know. You
Let her
never
be one
know.
of Tommy's lovers. But
Yeah.
just don't kill her. Don't kill her out.
Don't
Don't
pull a
kill me
Holly.
though. Let her
Like,
be
but
the lover
Holly
that.
had to go. She had to go though. Like I
Oh,
could.
like
I
Lala.
was
They
so
still
happy.
kill Lala. Let her be the lover that lives. Let her be
Yeah,
the.
Lala had to go too. So I'm sorry.
I know.
Yeah. So like, Tim, you gotta go too. You try to mess up the family, you gotta go.
But now you are in this up and coming movie dropping next year, Unexpected. Tell us
Oh, that
the
was so
name of your character and a little bit about your character without giving the movie away.
so I played Vicky. Um, she's snooty. Well, she was supposed to be snooty, but I added my own twist to it, and they let me roll with it though. Like, but they told me afterwards, like, Jazz, she was supposed to be like this. I'm like, well, y'all let me roll with it, so they just laughed at me the whole set because the
Yeah.
stuff that came out of my mouth, they weren't expecting it. So I played Vicky, uh, and we link up with our friends to have a good time. That's the goal. To have a
Okay.
good time, and we ain't seen each other in a long time, but things tend to go left. And
Uh-oh.
when I say left, they went left.
Oh.
So yeah, that's about all I can really say without giving too much away.
You heard that. You got to go watch it. It's going to be releasing next
Yeah.
year, but the trailer is out now.
Yep.
So go ahead and watch the trailer. How was that experience working with the cast and everybody?
Oh, I
And how
loved
did
it.
you get picked? How was that how was the what's it called, the auditioning process?
So it was over Zoom, and there was no script. He just did like a straight improv with me. Um, Gave me the storyline, gave me the scene scenario, and I just went with it. And I was the only one that auditioned for Vicky. He was like, everybody else wanted to be the other characters. I'm like, oh, ain't nobody want to have a little snooty attitude, huh? Well, I guess. So that I ended up getting a part. The cast was super dope, and it's crazy because none of us knew each other from a can of paint. That was like our our first time meeting each other, minus me and the guy who played my husband. Shout out to Isaac.
Okay.
Did you
Haven't
watch the
interviewed Isaac yet,
Did
but
you
I'm
watch our
going to.
podcast? Did
No,
you?
not yet.
I'm gonna just say watch. You gonna be in for a treat. That's all. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry, Isaac. I'm sorry, but you gotta watch it.
I
Um,
will.
we linked up since when we had the full cast zoomed, and they told us it was improv. So we decided to link up to get so he can learn my backstory, I can learn his backstory, so we can kind of get a feel of each other since it was improv and we were playing husband and wife. But as far as me and him, we didn't know anybody. Nobody knew each other, but we meshed so well together on set. Like
That's
everybody got
good.
along. It was like literally probably one of the best sets I've ever been on. Like everything was just funny, smooth. We all got along. It wasn't no bad blood, no tension, no elephant in the room, nothing. It was like super dope.
Did you have any kissing scenes, and how was it?
No kissing.
No kissing.
Flirting, a lot
Flirting,
of
but no
flirting with my
kissing.
husband,
But
but
no. Okay.
thank thank God we didn't have no kissing scene. And this goes back to when we were on the podcast. You will see why I
Okay.
said thank God we didn't have no kissing scene.
I definitely will have to check
You
that out.
gotta watch
That
it.
is
Trust me.
funny.
You won't be disappointed.
Like I said, unexpected coming out next year. Go ahead, go to the FOH Productions. I think that's what it's called, FOH Production. The
Mhm.
trailer is on there. You would not be disappointed. Also, the movie poster is on there too. So go ahead, check that out. We have Jaz Presley in it, Philip Hodge the third, Chris. I think is Don't Sleep on Chris.
Yep,
Do
it's Don't Sleep on Chris. Yep.
don't Creep on Chris. And then we also have some other females in there. I'm going to be interviewing them too. So stay tuned. I'm trying to interview the whole cast. I did interview the director already, Mr. Say So. So shout
They
out
are
to
so
Say
dope.
So. They are. I
They
met
are
Say
so
So doing
dope.
a podcast. So they are so dope.
Did you see when they posted on their story? It's This is mean, but it was funny. Some when they were doing auditions, a lady, I can't remember which part she tried out for, but he was like, I could give it a role because she ain't had no neck. He was, he was He was like, I was looking at her like, well, her naked. She ain't got no neck. They got that accent. Oh my God. I said, if that lady ever see this, she gonna be upset. He was like, she had no neck.
I can picture Say So in his face too. That's what makes it funny.
I'm like, you is so wrong. Like, you was talking about that. He was like, I couldn't do
She ain't
nothing.
got
She had no
no neck.
neck.
Poor little no neck lady. Poor little no neck.
Yeah, he's a character by himself. Please watch our episode of Me and Isaac podcast.
I will. I definitely will. Well, Jazz, before we let you go, what else can we expect from you the rest of 2021, 2022?
Well, in 2022, I am shooting my first short film that I put together. I partnered up with Jashana, and she's a writer, so she wrote the script for me. I asked her if she would like to be brought on onto my project, and she accepted it. It's called One Decision Away, because I feel like we're all one decision away from destroying our lives, literally just one. So I put together this short about it. It's dark. It is dark. It's very sad. And my
Okay.
goal for it is for the audience to cry. Like, if y'all don't cry, I didn't do my job. So that's what you can expect from me in 2022. And
Okay.
yes, I'll be starring in it because I have to.
I like that. I like that. Well, congratulations. I wish you much success.
Thank
Keep
you.
acting, keep modeling, keep doing you, girl. You are very beautiful. So keep doing what you
Thank
do.
you.
And let people know where they can check you out. Give us your social media so people can follow you and know when you're
So
dropping new stuff.
my Instagram is Jaz, Jaz__Prezley. That's P as in Paul, Rezley. That's my IG. My Facebook is Jaz Prezley. So you could check me out there. I put all my stuff on IG. You know, I have a like page on Facebook, but I'm not really on there. All my stuff mainly go on Facebook. And I'm still casting for my movie too. So I'm gonna upload my casting too. So y'all keep an eye out for that.
I definitely will share that when you
Yes.
upload that. So you heard her. She's looking for people. If you are an actor, actress, she's looking for people for
She's
her.
going places. Don't look at me small time because I'm this is going places.
Exactly. Well, you heard it straight from my mouth. Go ahead, follow her on all her social media. Check out the Unexpected movie dropping soon. You don't want to miss it. It's a dope movie, and it's your girl, DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and we are